Here is a quick general knowledge question for you. How many autonomous councils are there in Assam? If you guess the answer, well done. Don't shout, we honestly cannot hear you. For others, allow us to answer. The three autonomous councils under 6th schedule of the Indian Constitution are the Bodoland Territorial Council, the Dima Hasa Autonomous District Council and the Karbi Anglong Autonomous District Council. Then there are statutory autonomous councils constituted for social, economic, educational, ethnic and cultural advancement of the scheduled tribe communities living in core areas as well as the satellite areas covering many districts of Assam. There are 6 statutory autonomous councils, namely Rabha Hasong Autonomous Council, Missing Autonomous Council, Tiwa Autonomous Council, Deori Autonomous Council, Thengal Kachari Autonomous Council and Sonwal Kachari Autonomous Council. And finally, for the socio-economic upliftment and sustainability targeted development of different backward communities, the Assam government has created 33 development councils to decentralize power and responsibility so that they can take care of development needs. The main function of these council bodies is to formulate various developmental schemes and projects and to execute these in priority and need-based manner. Now, we will not name all 33, but Gorkha Development Council is one of them. Why did we mention just one? Because if certain Gorkha community members are to be believed and if their current agitation is fruitful, there might be another Gorkha Autonomous Council. But what are the challenges the community faces? Is their demand even fair? What areas will comprise the Gorkha Autonomous Council and how can a community that is not a tribe get an autonomous council? I am Kalyan Deb and in today's episode of Decoded, we try to understand why such a demand can potentially change the face of Assamese politics. Pursuing for months.
The village of Assam
in the 75th Independence Day.
According to experts, Assam Gorkhas have been demanding Gorkha Autonomous Council or the GAC since 2003. However, as Nanda Kirati Diwan, the spokesperson of the Gorkha Autonomous Council Demand Committee, explains that the demand for the Autonomous Council was made during the 21st Annual Conference in 1997 at the Boginadi Higher Secondary School in North Lakhimpur under the leadership of then All Assam Gorkha Students Union President Harka Bahadur Chetri, now Chairman of Gorkha Autonomous Council Demand Committee or the GACDC. This is what Diwan had to add about the history of the demand, starting with how the Gorkha community felt discriminated against when people saw them as Nepali citizens and not Indians.
Now, historically, of the All Assam Gorkhas, if you look at the history of the All Assam Gorkha Students Union, it had a lot of small units like Digboi Gorkha Student Union, Doran Gorkha Student Union, Greater Guwahati Gorkha Student Union, all these Gorkha students amalgamated in the year 1976 and formed the All Assam Gorkha Students Union. Now, the Gorkha Student Union had a special demand of scrapping the treaties of Indo-Nepal Friendship Treaty, clause 6 and 7 in particular. This because this gave the right to Indians and Nepali citizens to come and live in Assam, in India, vice versa. Except to vote to right, they could buy land, properties, pay taxes and everything. So this was the reason that diluted the Indianness of diluted the citizenship of people, the Gorkhas in Assam and in the rest of India also. Due to this issue only, the Gorkhaland demand, it was settled to the DGSC, where in 1988, 24 August, it was decided that the Gorkhas are Indian citizens there in Darjeeling Hills area. In the similar lines, the Gorkha Autonomous Council was demanded.
Here's the thing, there are lakhs of Gorkhas living in India, but even today, and sometimes more out of habit than anything else, the moment someone says Gorkha, we think of them as Nepali. And this, of course, hurts several people who have only known India as their home. According to experts we spoke to, the demand for being called as indigenous population of Assam goes back to the NRC process in Assam, when in the words of Diwan, Gorkhas were subjected to not originally Indian inhabitants in the remarks section. This led to a march of over 600 kilometers across the length of Assam and several meetings with senior politicians in the state.
Now, the GACDC is spearheading the Gorkha Autonomous Council Demand Committee as well as the indigenous status. The indigenous status came up when the NRC was being upgraded, when Gorkhas were subjected to non-Indian, then they were given NOI, not indigenous, not originally inhabited, in the remark section. This led to 650 kilometers of marathon march, foot march from Mukuk Salek, a place called Mukuk Salek, Rupsing Gate in Junai of Dhemaji district, to Dispur, Guwahati, under the leadership of Harka Bahadur Chhetri, under the banner of the GACDC. This led to talks with Atul Bora, then Minister, then with Government of India, Government of Assam, with the Chief Minister leading the, chairing the meeting. Then it later led to the tripartite talk with Government of Assam to settle the indigenous issue of Gorkhas in Assam.
In 2020, the Assam unit of Bharatiya Gorkha Parisangh, or the BGP, released a white paper stressing that Gorkhas are an indigenous group of the state and should be included as such in the high-level committee report on Clause 6 of the Assam Accord, which had left the community out. Harka Bahadur Chhetri, who is a gold medalist in anthropology from Dibrugarh University, says that historical and anthropological studies have proven Gorkhas to be not just indigenous but also aborigines of the Himalayan mountain range and progenies of an aboriginal community. Okay, fine, but why has the demand spurred now? Later in this video, we will hear Chhetri answer that question. But for now, one reason for the demand is that the community believes that the Development Council we mentioned earlier was nothing short of a failure. The Gorkha Development Council was set up by the state government on October 11, 2010 to reach out to the community members in a more inclusive manner. However, it seems in its 12 years of existence, it has either underperformed or simply not performed at all. In a joint meeting after consultations with important stakeholders within the Gorkha community, the Assam government unanimously resolved to accept the GDC only on an experimental basis, but never in lieu of the Gorkha Autonomous Council. However, as members of the community point out, since 2016, the GDC has not met expectations and aspirations of Gorkhas to be an indigenous community of Assam and exercise the right to self-determination, since discrimination is still rampant. Except for a few beneficiaries who received GI sheets, sewing machines, laptops and few other items, there has not been any development of the community members in real sense. Now let us listen to what Chhetri believes the reason why there has been a spur in demand for an autonomous council.
We have been raising the autonomy for the Gorkhas since long time. But during the process of NRC update, the process of implementation of Assam Accord, especially Clause 6. At that time, we have seen that the Government of India and Government of Assam intentionally imposed the cut-off year, that is 1971, the midnight of 24 March 1971, which is only applicable in case of Bangladeshis. The territory defined by the Citizenship Act 6A means for the detection and deportation of foreigners as per the Assam Accord. At that moment, we realized that the Government of India and the Government of Assam has been imposing that cut-off year, and they intentionally, the Government of India and Government of Assam intentionally mark us, that means the Gorkhas of Assam, as a foreigner. That's so we realize again that the demand of recognition of indigenous should be aired, and we, the GACDC, from the platform of the GACDC, we have been claiming this recognition. That's the main reason why now we have been raising for the recognition of indigenous status.
Demands are fine. Everyone makes one. But how does the demand translate into the real world? If, say, a GAC becomes reality, what areas would come under the GAC? In which district? Cutting across districts? Will it be a contiguous autonomous council on the lines of, say, the missing autonomous council? For now, even the GAC-DC has not submitted its plan, but it is unlikely that any area that comes under GAC will not touch, interfere or encroach upon territories of other communities. As we said, it remains to be seen how, if at all, such questions are answered. For now though, it seems unlikely that such a demand will become reality. But then, stranger things have happened in Assam.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to EastMojo. For any queries, put them down in the comments section below and press on the bell icon for notifications.